Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, as the coronavirus pandemic continues, a local animal sanctuary is seeking help. And what the head of the White House coronavirus task force is saying about fighting the latest surge.
The heat and humidity continue heading into your Wednesday. We'll also hang on to some scattered showers and thunderstorms. I'll have a look at your forecast right now at 5:30.
Dedicated to southern and eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. A local nonprofit animal sanctuary is seeing the impacts of COVID-19. WYMT's Madison program takes us to Refuge Ridge to learn more about the organization and what they are experiencing.
Marty Wilson was a 5th grade science teacher who inspired and encouraged others to live under one motto: never say I can't. However, an unexpected call from a parent challenged her own beliefs when asked to help rescue a starving red wolf.
I called and I told my students, I said, I'm sorry I can't help those animals. And they said, Mrs. Wilson, you said never say I can't. So that 5th grade class was the reason that this all got started.
Through the encouragement of her students reverberating her motto and wanting to make a difference, Refuge Ridge was created. Refuge Ridge is a nonprofit that provides sanctuary for wolf dogs.
Sometimes things are meant to be, and this was meant to be.
Wilson said it wouldn't be possible without help from people like Vice President Connie Howard.
We always expect the unexpected with all these animals that we have up here. Every day is a challenge. Different challenge every day.
She said the first time she met the animals, she was hooked, and even though 7 years have passed, she still chooses to stay. However, the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted their operations.
To protect our volunteers and our animals, we no longer have visitors coming in.
From food to funding, it has been harder to keep the sanctuary going.
We have to be really careful on how we feed and what we feed. We go through roughly around 50 pounds of food a day.
Maybe even learning a lesson from these loving animals along the way.
If we hang together like these guys do, we're all going to be fine.
As we continue to navigate through the virus together. In Williamsburg, Madison Pergram, WYMT Mountain News.
Refuge Ridge has been open for 20 years now with nearly 40 animals on site. If you would like to donate to the sanctuary, we have a link to do so on our website, WYMT.com. The Kentucky Department of Public Health has released today's updated COVID-19 numbers. The KDPH announced 371 new cases today. I believe that's the second highest total we've had since the pandemic began, the second highest single day total. That brings the state total to 17,519 cases. They also announced 9 new deaths today, bringing that total to 602. So we surpassed 600 deaths today. And through today, 445,196 coronavirus tests have been performed, and at least 4,841 Kentuckians have recovered from the virus. From more on COVID-19 across the mountains, and there are a lot of new cases today reported across the mountains, you can visit our website at WYMT.com. During a roundtable discussion at the White House, the president backed up his calls for students to return to the classroom this fall. The nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, agrees with the president that students should be back in school, but he says districts will have to get creative with their approach.
The secondary unintended consequences of having children not being able to go to school has ripple effects for the family that might have deleterious effects that really override the so-called safety benefits.
Kentucky Education Association officials say schools will need financial relief and will need lawmakers to reach out to the state's congressional delegation. A new guideline could force international students to leave the U.S. or transfer to another college. U.S. Immigration and Customs implemented the rule that international students must take at least some of their classes in person. Under the updated rules, new visas will not be issued to students at schools or programs that are entirely online or even hybrid classes. Currently in the state of Kentucky, 10% of college students are international students. COVID-19 cases continue to surge around the country this week as some states remain mostly open after months of lockdown. As our Washington Bureau's Peter Zampa reports, the White House task force says it is working behind the scenes to mitigate the continued threat.
Once an almost daily event, briefings from the White House Coronavirus Task Force are now a rarity, even as positive cases spike across the country.
But one of the leaders on that task force, Dr. Deborah Birx, tells us they are still guiding states in this COVID-19 fight.
100% of the American population in those what we call hot zones, in the red areas of the country, should be wearing masks.
Dr. Birx says it's not just areas facing a case surge that should consider wearing masks at all times.
I wear a mask in all circumstances, no matter where I am.
Birx says she's stressing the importance of masks to both state leaders and White House leaders. President Donald Trump is holding campaign rallies, one inside a Tulsa, Oklahoma arena without social distancing measures, and many rally goers choosing to forego masks. The president also says he would like to slow down testing to reflect a lower number of positive cases.
What message is the president sending, and do you support that message?
Well, I'm part of the White House, and I support the message of every place Americans taking care.
Should we slow down testing?
I have never recommended that we slow down testing.
Dr. Ed Ellerbeck, an epidemiologist from the University of Kansas, says safety protocols should not be up for debate.
I think it's really wonderful when our leaders lead by example.
He fears a mindset of masks symbolizing weakness. Ellerbeck argues if everyone comes to terms with safety measures, the economic and health impact will be substantial.
I'm optimistic that we can potentially do this without completely shutting things down like we did in the past.
Now, Dr. Ellerbeck expects this positive case surge to continue for weeks, and he says a drop in positive cases will come if Americans take this threat seriously. Reporting at the White House, I'm Peter Zampa.
Some states, like nearby West Virginia, have mandated wearing masks in public to help with the spread of COVID. Kentuckians are not required to wear masks, but it is strongly encouraged.
We've seen lots of sunshine today. We've also seen a few clouds move in. It kind of looked a little gloomy at times, but it was nice to get a break from the sun because it is hot and humid out there. We'll take you up to that camera along Interstate 75 in London. You've seen that mixture of sun and clouds. We've really seen it throughout the day. Maybe some storms in the distance, but most of us have stayed on the dry side so far. Temperatures right near 88 degrees in Jackson and London, and into Hazard 87 over into Prestonsburg, a nice warm 90, and Moorhead a little bit cooler though. Down into Williamsburg and Wise at 82 degrees, but it's not feeling like 82 out there. Upper 60s to lower 70s right now for those dew points. So when you walk outside, it does not feel great out there. You do sweat instantly. Can confirm. Did that earlier this morning. Taking JoJo out, and you look at that feels like temperature. So even though some of us into the upper 80s, feel like the lower 90s, feeling closer to 94 in Jackson, 90 in Hazard, and even though it's 82 in Williamsburg, feeling like 88 degrees. So pinpoint Doppler, looking at some stray showers and thunderstorms, mostly probably just some stray showers in Letcher County and into Harlan, but the rest of us looking like we're remaining on the dry side for now. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, though, continue tomorrow and Thursday with those pretty hot and sunny conditions. Friday, though, we'll be tracking a cold front that'll bring more showers and storms back into the mountains. I'll have more details on that coming up in a little bit.
All right, thank you, Paige. A petition to remove a Confederate statue at the Anderson County Courthouse in Lawrenceburg is picking up steam. It now has more than 700 signatures. This morning, many gave their opinion at the Anderson County Fiscal Court meeting. This is all after some tension Monday night. The Anderson News reports debate led to pushing and yelling. Today, there were two armed women outside who say they are from the 3 Percenters and are providing security.
We're pretty much here on standby for the law officers. If they need us, we'll step in. Other than that, it's their show.
County officials say they do not know when a final decision will be made on what to do with the statue. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, today marks Blackout Day, what it is and how it is supporting Black-owned businesses.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms continue over the next few days, but soggy weather looks to move in by the end of the week. I'll have those details coming up.